Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting 2 for the price of 1. That's right.
What the fuck?
Yes, we are doing both Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 CinemaSins. This is everything wrong with... How about everything wrong with CinemaSins? We've already seen that one.
Yeah.
Everything wrong with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This is the first sequel and should be the only one considered.
So, all right, I found something out in the interim between these 2 recordings, which for you was probably is a day, maybe same day.
Same day.
Okay, so it's however long it took you to watch the last one and then come back.
Yes.
Fuller, the kid who pees.
Yep.
Is Kieran Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's little brother.
Yep.
Also noted for playing Wallace Wells in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yep.
He was perfect.
He was. He was quite literally the perfect Wallace Wells.
He was.
I can't think of anyone else to play him.
Exactly.
But I can't think of a better person to play Scott Pilgrim, Jamie Bell.
Andy Samberg.
Sandberg would have been all right.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He's the...
The reason I say
can,
Jamie Bell...
You can tell that I haven't been around in a while because I can't remember... I hate that actor, but I can't remember what his name is who actually played Scott Pilgrim.
Michael Cera.
Thank you. Jesus. Oh, God.
So instead of Michael Cera, I would have had Jamie Bell because to me Jamie Bell fit the persona of Scott Pilgrim better than Michael Cera.
Like everybody else was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Although I definitely wouldn't have had the Katianagi twins as like a band, battle of the bands.
I would have had at least 2 or 3 movies made out of the Scott Pilgrim franchise.
Oh yeah.
At least 2, if not 3. Because you miss out on so much.
Oh yeah, like
so
the first ones. The first ones were great.
Yeah,
like the first little chunk of that movie was spot on.
Well, the cuts that they made, I liked in some ways. I liked some of the cuts they made. I liked how they switched around the stuff with Envy Adams and Roxy Richter. I'm
a little upset that we didn't get more with Clash at Demon Head. Because there was a lot more there.
More to unwrap there. I think the battle with Todd Ingram should have been probably the finale of the first one.
Oh, yeah. Because they went
perfect.
immediately from Todd Ingram to Roxy Richter, and that fight was pretty different.
Yeah, it was.
It was good, but it was pretty different. And then it just went off the rails because the last graphic novel hadn't been written yet.
Well, yeah.
So the ending was entirely different.
Brian Lee O'Malley actually gave them the manuscript that he was taking to be. I
think he gave them like some notes from it.
Well, he saw the ending that Edgar Wright had filmed already. Mm-hmm. It was the ending where Scott and Knives ended up together, and they did that Ninja DDR game again to like commemorate their relationship, and then eventually Edgar Wright reshot the ending with the
with him getting with Ramona.
With Ramona, which I thought which is more close to how it ended in the original.
Yeah,
but at the same time had its own spin on it.
At least they kept. He punched the highlights out of her hair.
Because
that was
I
perfect.
was very happy with that too.
He punched the highlights out of her hair. You haven't seen that movie.
How did he do that? How did he do that?
Oh, you will lose your mind.
Okay,
it's nice to know that even though I've been gone for like 6 weeks, some things never change.
Technical difficulties in life. That's just how shit goes.
It's true.
All right, let's get to the video.
All right,
everybody ready? Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Everything Wrong With by CinemaSins. Here we go.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen this one.
Your opening logo because
really?
One and only lasts 20 seconds.
I like this one, but
ever, and this one you've earned.
Does anybody see my sunblock? What's the point of going to Florida if you're gonna put on sunblock?
The 90s when grunge ruled, must-see TV was a thing, and no one gave a shit about skin cancer.
It's true.
Hey, now you can be a skag with a slightly darker shade of skin.
That's skagsist.
Hey, easy on the food.
Hey, there he is.
The rubber sheets are packed.
If Fuller seriously has a bedwetting problem, then why couldn't you leave one rubber sheet out?
Yep.
Honey, are you packed
Kieran
yet?
Culkin.
Yes. Yes?
Behold, the great and powerful recording device thingy that will provide 80% of this movie's plot. Also, Kevin has the ability to perfectly rewind the tape to the exact spot he wants every goddamn time he uses this fucking thing.
Why do we have to go to Florida? There's no Christmas trees in Florida.
Kevin, what is it with you and Christmas trees?
Why do they have to go anywhere? I know we have to make a sequel and all, but this family put Kevin through some severe trauma just a year ago, and now they want to go through the same machinations? All things considered, Kevin's handling this amazingly well.
It's true.
Guests of the new celebrity Ding Dang Dong stay at the world-renowned Plaza Hotel.
They couldn't come up with a better fake game show than Ding Dang Dong? Since they're using 100,000 fortune
Dang it.
props, why didn't they just make it that?
Yeah.
Do you know where the
Dong
batteries
it.
for this camcorder is?
Yeah, I put it in the charger.
Okay, the last time this happened, it was a storm
Congratulations.
that knocked the power out. This time it's Kevin's dad, who was so reckless with his plug behavior here that I assume he's actively trying to lose Kevin. Also, why did he need to unplug the splitter box at all? He was just disconnecting the camcorder battery charger, which
That's
is
true.
on the underside of this obvious fire hazard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why are Kevin and Buzz singing in the same choir? Sure, they might both be enrolled in this school, but Kevin's in the 3rd grade. Buzz is definitely in high school.
Oh, he is.
Church choir.
Yeah.
Church choir.
This
That's
performance is allowed
oh
to
my
continue, despite
gosh.
the conductor and the pianist looking straight at Buzz while he's playing the prank.
I
The
would.
entire audience laughing. Buzz's prank isn't even that funny. Half the audience wouldn't even be able to see it.
It's true. Good night.
Bye.
Buzz is on the top row, so this shove should just knock him off the risers. But
Yes!
because we're meant to believe that Kevin ruins everything, the entire choir is taken out.
Yep.
Before her employment at St. Gerard's School, this music teacher clearly worked at the Prometheus School of running away from things.
Kevin, do you have something to say?
Yeah, I've got something to say. Eat a dick, Buzz.
Yeah, basically.
Sit on it and rotate.
Trout sniffing. Also, how does nobody else in the family hear Buzz say this?
Kevin, you walk out of here, you sleep on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, with me.
Jesus
What
Christ,
else is
Fuller's
new?
turned what used to be an accidental
Damn it,
urination
Kieran
into a full-on
Culkin.
fetish.
Ew.
You better not wreck my trip, you little sourpuss. Your dad's paying good money for it.
Oh, wouldn't want to spoil your fun, Mr. Cheapskate.
Is everyone in this family a fucking asshole? Hang on, let me run down a list of characters. Yeah, yes, oh, definitely. Yeah, that guy. Oh, absolutely. Jesus, for sure. I guess she's not that bad. Okay, I've confirmed there's exactly one non-asshole in this family.
Yep.
His
I have my
mom.
own money. I go on my own vacation.
Well, you got your wish last year. Maybe you'll get it again this year.
A bit of a
Whoa!
dick here, but Kate's literally displaying the same passive aggressiveness as last year, despite knowing exactly how that all worked out. Why are Kevin's parents the only
And-
ones in this entire house that have an alarm? They're the
Yeah,
motherfuckers
that-
are responsible
that
for
right
making
there
this
was a little
family
bit
up,
of like,
but they're-
Yeah.
nah, I
they're
wouldn't have
still
done that.
designated for this role.
How come none of us are sitting together?
This time of year, we're lucky to get on the same plane.
Fucking what? How is it even possible that none of them are sitting next to each other, even by accident? There's fucking 14 of them.
Where's
Reinforcing
Kevin?
my theory that Kevin's dad is actively trying to ditch him, Kevin's allowed to run behind the entire family, without anyone looking back for him, despite the events of the last movie.
Yep.
Don't worry, man. We'll get everybody on the plane.
Okay, I realize this is the early 90s and they didn't have the sophistication that modern airports do now, but they do have a fucking manifest, right? There's definitely a ticket, and therefore a person, missing from this flight.
My dad ran in here right before I bumped into this lady.
Okay, board him, but make sure he locates his family before you leave him.
Or just very casually let him identify the back of a random person that somewhat resembles his father, despite not seeing any of his other family. Either way works. I'm pretty fucking high right now anyway.
We'll go find an empty seat. Have a Merry Christmas.
An empty seat? It's not fucking Southwest, lady.
Have you ever been to Florida?
Vous êtes qui, ça? Moi, je viens de la France, je suis un touriste.
Even though Kevin
Ah,
asks
it's a
this
shout out
question
to
in
the
English,
first
this
film.
asshole starts a soliloquy in French, because I guess we needed a reminder that all non-American tourists are dumbasses. American Airlines.
Uh-huh.
I have that feeling.
Are you telling me that Kate didn't check once they got on that plane that everyone was on? Also, there are so many fucking instances of this movie just repeating the first one that I'm gonna stop listing them individually, and instead just give the movie 20 extra sins for being fucking lazy. This radar indicates
there you
that
go.
Kevin's flight to New York is 226, but the flight attendant announced it as 176, which Kevin didn't hear because he had headphones on. So I guess the person in charge of continuity assumed we also couldn't hear it, and couldn't be bothered with details like the correct flight number that we specifically mentioned 3 times.
Mom? Dad?
All these adults ignore the pleas from a child that's obviously lost.
Family's in Florida.
I'm in.
I'm in New York.
You know, I realized Kevin was mad at his family last
Yeah,
night when
that's
the flight
just
went
like,
down,
no.
but he seemed genuinely fine this morning in the van, and even had a few nice moments with his dad before he was callously ditched. So what's Kevin so fucking excited about here, besides the fact that he gets to deliver the same line again? Jesus Christ, movie. I know you're trying to cram in all the interesting spots in New York City, but Kevin just went from Midtown to Chelsea, then walked from there down to Chinatown. which is all the way in Lower Manhattan, then went to Battery Park at the southernmost part of the island. Was anyone paying attention to the practical realities of this movie?
Nope.
Even though it's
Apparently
bustling
not.
holiday season, Kevin is the only person alive.
Yeah, this shot.
Why are Harry and Marv?
Oh, they didn't show him.
The fact that
Damn
it has
it.
to be the same criminals as last year somehow makes it even more stupid. And this movie could have taken advantage of this new setting and given Kevin someone else to go up against. Were Dana Carvey and John Lovett's busy?
Ooh.
Operated on to Central Park because nothing means anything. And looking at an actual map if you work on this movie. And yes, he could be using taxis to get around, but there's not one to be seen after he rides in from the airport.
Also, he'd be out of money by midday if he used nothing but taxis.
Mention how astro-fucking-nomical the odds are that not only Kevin and the Wet Bandits are in New York City at the same time, but that they pass each other on the same fucking street.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Oh, look who it is.
Anyone looking at this kid? In New York, some kid walking around by himself wouldn't even be
amazing.
The thing seen that day for most of these people.
This is Peter McAllister, the father.
Bullshit.
Like a hotel room, please.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you stop using that voice simulator?
And or the collector? Here it is. Hang the hell on. The McAllisters woke up when the transport showed up at 8 a.m., which means there's no way they made a flight before 8:45, just like the last movie. It's at least a 2-hour flight from Chicago to New York, and New York is on Eastern Time. So the earliest Kevin would land there would be 11:45 local time. Factor in the time he spent looking around the airport and the cab ride into the city, and he gets to Manhattan at 1 p.m. So he did all that shit around the city, which included a trip to the top of the World Trade Center in 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Cedric?
Yes?
Don't count your chips in public.
Tim Curry.
And it deserves it. I'm taking a sin off for Tim Curry, who's a national f***ing treasure. I don't care that he's English. We're claiming him.
Yep.
This is one of our finest suites, sir.
Holy, the plaza's gouging the shit out of the McAllisters. Kevin only asked for an extra large bed, TV, and mini fridge, but they upsold him to a f***ing suite without telling him. It's as if whomever stocked the mini bar knew a kid would be staying in this room all by himself on his dad's dime.
Nice.
Do you know how the TV works?
I'm 10 years old. TV's my life.
Okay, I know this movie was released 2 years after the first one, but it wants us to believe this takes place 1 year from the previous events. But in the first movie, Kevin was 8 years old. Now he's 10.
I was going to mention that too.
That's true. Yeah.
It's 2 years, not 1 year.
Yeah, and then
Movie makes yet another lazy-ass joke about Kevin's swimsuit coming off during the cannonball, despite clearly showing that it stayed on.
no, it came off while he was swimming away.
Why is Kevin freaked out? He just had room service in here, so the hotel staff know his dad isn't there yet. What the f*** was the concierge's plan? Even if he's suspicious of Kevin, is it standard practice to break in and head directly to the bathroom to investigate?
Hey, you nosy little pervert, I'm gonna slap you silly.
Good thing all my said nosy little pervert instead of, Kevin. I was gonna give this movie props for getting the correct area code in New York for Uncle Rob, but then I noticed that the Millers and the Mears both have letters in their phone numbers. So props are retracted and sins are rewarded.
Yep.
Good night, Kevin.
Unlike the last movie, Kevin's mom is A-okay with leaving the airport without knowing Kevin's location or being immediately available to jump on a flight once he's found.
Yep.
Hello, sir.
Your drawers, sir.
Jesus, this shows that Kevin's reaction to the concierge's knock last night makes even less sense. He's sending his f***ing underwear to be cleaned.
Hey, nice house, but there's no bathroom in it.
I can't figure out if Marv is supposed to be funny, dumb, or just an asshole.
Wait, so what's the plan?
Everybody leaves for a nice holiday off. We come out of our little houses.
Cute shot and all, but are Marv and Harry really waiting until they're in this position to discuss their plan for the robbery?
Apparently,
also,
yeah.
What happens if someone decides to buy the playhouses they're hiding in?
2 turtle doves. You keep one, and you give the other one to a very special person.
Or to a random homeless lady that you'll meet later tonight and get to know for less than 2 hours. Up to you.
See, turtle doves are a symbol of friendship and love.
The 1990s was the last decade where this line being delivered by an old dude to a kid wouldn't be creepy.
It's true.
Wow, Harry's vision comes with its own zoom and enhance cliche.
Yes!
Harry's revenge boner is so strong he doesn't even notice what a massive coincidence this situation is. Look, I know this is New York.
His revenge boner's even bigger than he is.
To the screaming child that's being accosted by 2 shaggy-looking grown men.
Yes. How?
This area, but somehow Harry and Marv are the only ones that can't avoid the pratfall. Jesus Christ, did Harry have a cyborg retinal transplant while he was in prison or something?
Yep.
Hold it right there.
Okay, hold on. There's actually one little detail I didn't notice when I first watched this, but I just did here.
Okay, bring it back.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, did Harry...
Right here, when they slip and fall on the pearls, look at Marv's hand. The pearls are stuck to his hand.
They are.
So that's a continuity. That's actually a continuity win there because he has that throughout the entire film.
Huh.
And during any scene they could have taken it off, but they left it on here for it to be part of the scene.
Interesting.
I never noticed that before.
Nifty.
That's pretty fucking cool. Sorry.
While he was in prison or something.
Oh, you're fine.
Hold it right there.
Here we go.
Kevin can perfectly edit this video on the fly.
He was here last night too, wasn't
another repeated scene from the last movie again. Also, does anyone remember how shitty the sound was on VHS tapes? There's no way the staff thinks they're talking to an actual human here. How the fucking did Harry and Marv know Kevin was coming out of this exit in the fucking loading dock? Especially given how moronic these assholes are shown to be. A city of millions of people, and they keep running into the same people over and over. One of the most unexpectedly annoying things about this movie is Marv's constant thievery of clothing without any repercussions.
Yeah.
Just not badly enough to talk to a police officer or go to a hospital or really do anything that would facilitate that.
Yeah.
We're going to New York. Move it.
Why is everyone going? If anything, this makes it more difficult to find Kevin if they have to keep up with the entire family.
Yeah.
Plus, Kate just said that it's almost impossible for everyone to be on the same plane during the holidays, and now it's Christmas f***ing Eve. New York City is full of ugly, crazy, dangerous people cliche.
Hey, you looking for somebody to read you a bedtime story?
This prostitute is extremely comfortable with propositioning a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's New York.
Stands up just
That's
slowly
some
enough
freaky
to
shit.
Kevin's maximum terror.
This is great.
Not only is this sinful for romanticizing New York City pigeons, and seriously, f those pigeons. This is way too much pigeon stuff in this story about a runaway child being pursued by 2 criminals. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? No, not practice. You clearly break into its instrument loft late on Christmas Eve.
I wasn't always like this, you know. I had a job, I had a home, I had a family. But the man I loved fell out of love with me.
Skip.
I'm just afraid if I do trust someone, I'll get my heart broken again.
That's your main concern right now? What about histoplasmosis? I'd be much more afraid of that.
That's true.
Getting pretty late. I better get going.
Considering how long it feels like this conversation has been going on, I'm guessing we're at least 3 days past Christmas.
Say goodbye to your birds for me.
Or you could do it. You're f***ing standing right by them.
You can mess with a lot of things, but you can't mess with kids on Christmas.
So if this had been Easter, Kevin would have just said, "F those kids," and gone on his merry way. Also, Kevin's headed straight to the police, right? Right?
Nope.
Casual breaking and entering is casual. Did Kevin draw all this
That's
and then
Family
roll it back
House.
up so he could have his own dramatic blueprint roll out a few seconds later? Also, sure, it's absurd that Kevin put this entire plan together, and that he's planning to lure Harry and Marv back to the house in order to torture them. But I'm more skeptical about his ability to find a full set of colored markers in this construction zone. He's in full view of the entire street, which is the affluent and crowded Upper West Side, by the way, but nobody sees this future horror movie villain going about his business here.
It's Christmas Eve, and because of you, our child is lost in one of the biggest cities in the world.
Not to overstate the obvious, but this is some serious blame shifting. This is like saying the drive-thru guy at Taco Bell made you fat. Kevin's geographical abilities in the ground, but how did he know how to get from where he was to the toy store? Last time, he got here in a limo from a completely different location. You know, for an experienced thief, Harry is terrible at putting money in a bag.
Yes, he
That's
is.
the first thing you learn at Thief Academy.
Wow.
He took a picture!
Actually, considering Kevin used a flash for this shot, he almost definitely took a picture of his own reflection.
This is true.
Yep.
I didn't think about that.
The antics in the first movie at least had some basis in reality. If they survive all this bullshit, Marv and Harry should be in the next Fast and
Oh, he's
Furious
dead.
movie. I guess the alarm that went off after Kevin threw the brick just decided it had enough and stopped on its own. Holy shit, Kevin graduated from mildly harmful pranks to outright attempted murder. in
What
1
was
year.
that? Was
That
that
was
a
a brick.
brick?
That was a brick.
Yeah, that was a brick.
Going down.
Look, I understand we're supposed to laugh at all this carnage, and some of it's funny, but asking me
Whoa!
to believe this motherfucker wouldn't look down and see the total lack of flooring is more than a suspicion.
Oh, his
this
nose
week.
is broken.
Take, like, an expulsion.
Oh, just wait.
Wow, this solid concrete floor just magically tilted so that Marv could slide into this bookcase.
Oh.
Kevin have any clue how to do this? This first movie stuck to ridiculous but fairly easily made contraptions. This movie makes Looney Tunes look legit. Also, of course, I get that this part of the movie isn't supposed to be taken seriously. However, the problem is the rest of the
It's
movie
just
wants to be
hilarious.
taken seriously.
And then
So this is
the
like
skeleton.
trying to have a cake.
Yes, there it is.
Smash cut to a bleached white skeleton!
Criminal Harry not only does a perfect handstand on the toilet,
I forgot about that
his head
shit.
in there.
I gotta say, right? let me do. I got a little bit of a bit with
Smash
this.
cut to a bleached white skeleton.
Yeah, that part.
That fucking
Oh damn!
handstand,
Take
though.
the picture again. I think I blinked.
Aged criminal Harry not only does a perfect handstand on the toilet instead of just dunking his head in there or simply taking off the cap, but he also holds the pose even after the massive explosion.
Do you remember what happened last year?
Does anyone?
No.
Merry Christmas.
Look, I'm running out of ways to say Kevin is clearly a fucking psychopath.
Aw, they didn't show
Eventually
the one
becoming
with
a
the
member of
friggin',
Pizza Base rock band is the best case scenario. by far.
the tool cabinet on the stairs.
Even though the last 20 fucking minutes of this movie have kept Marv and Harry in a confined space, Kevin waits until now to call 911 and lead them to an open public area.
Yep.
Hurry, they got a gun.
Yeah, and what's up with
Yeah.
that? Harry's had multiple times where Kevin was just standing there in front of him, including before they went down the rope. So why the f hasn't he just shot him? It took nearly 2 full movies for Kevin to finally be hoisted by his own petard.
Do you have kids?
Yes, ma'am.
And what would you do if one of them was missing?
I don't know, maybe hang out in a Miami hotel room watching It's a Wonderful Life until a rando airport security officer found a clue? Jesus, lady, lay off your guilt trip until you can go a full calendar year without losing a child.
Bingo!
I need to get to Rockefeller Center.
Sure, Kate knows that the biggest Christmas tree in the city is at Rockefeller Center, but how does Kevin know that? And how does she know that he knows?
But is it possible I can see all of them? Can I just see my mother?
Kevin's praying to this Christmas tree instead of literally calling his mother on the phone or reaching out to really anyone in an authority position.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, who keeps giving this kid all these cans of Coke before bed?
Hey guys, wake up! It's Christmas!
If this suite's big enough to have 2 f***ing floors, why are all the kids sleeping on top of each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, magical Christmas magic.
Parents.
But come the hell on.
Parents
The world
want
with Doug
space.
can be able to track Kevin down to the plaza, figure out how many kids are there, their ages, and then be able to mobilize this amount of giftage. Considering what Kevin just put his family through, he could have at least let them know what he was doing. Even in 1992, I'm calling bullshit on that bill. Given how many pages Buzz just went through, it would have been triple that easily.
Yep.
I figured that.
Sometimes it just means forget about it.
Plaza Hotel reservations, may I help you?
Hello, Amanda. I want to play a game.
Hey!
Would you let me leave the key in the bag?
You can do it!
Hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful...
Hey! Shut it!
If you did...
Yep.
Pigeons!
Remembered by Charlemagne. But my
Armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky.
Clue.
Yes.
Nice. I like that.
Yes.
Except that a bird ran into my giant freak head.
I'm Kevin McAllister.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. The reason why I liked the second one better than the first one as a kid was because, number one, the traps were so much more elaborate and had much more of like a chaotic effect on everything. The one that they cut out of this was probably my favorite one. It was the tool. It was the tool thing on the stairs. He had it tied to the top of the staircase and a string tied to the inner workings of the door. So when they pulled the door out, it would pull the tool thing down, and it came down the stairs and it hit the door perfectly and smashed them against the wall behind him.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I loved it. What about you?
I love some of the reactions from the first one better, though.
No. I agree. The first one had better reactions.
Like, we quote the reactions to that movie. It's like you try to recreate the sounds just because of how funny their fucking reactions were. Too. It's like, oh, shoot!
Yep.
Stuff like
Well, the BB gun is unbeatable. It's my favorite. The BB gun is always unbeatable. Is my favorite. However, in this one, I remember more of the traps, whereas that is something that Kevin is directly responsible for. Whereas the traps in this one, the sink, the electric sink.
Jesus.
And
it's just absurd, though.
And
like
also
the
big hole in the floor. The big hole in the floor that Marv falls down. And also the paint falling on top of them. Actually, it fell on top of Marv twice because the paint fell on top of him in the basement when he slipped and slicked down and hit the wall, and it fell on top of him. And then when they were outside again, when Kevin burned the rope and they fell in that one. I remember the traps. I remember all the traps, but I remember the ones in the second one being a lot more crazy. And to me, I like that more as a
Deadly.
kid. But as I've grown up, I've come to love the first one more.
I think where I only saw the second one like one time, and I just didn't remember a lot of it. That's why the first one's just always been my favorite.
True.
Because I watched the first one stupid amounts of times as a kid, and I still have watched it stupid amounts of times as an adult because I watch it like every year.
Yeah, I watched.
Except I didn't this year because not reasons, but
that's fine.
Anyways,
but
like I was gonna say, just so everybody knows, if you ever watch me streaming and stuff, I actually quote a lot of things out of context, just when I'm having reactions to games. So you'll hear me do shit in video games like, "Oh, go back, go back, go back."
See, now, oh god, I'm just thinking of. They actually did it. They actually did a smash cut to a bleached white skeleton.
They did.
It's the ultimate punchline.
That was a good one.
It's just so fucking goofy, though.
It is. Well,
it's like immersion breaking to
a pair
an
of
extent.
goofy movies, though. You think about it,
but not a goofy movie.
No,
right?
They're a
figured you'd say
a
that.
pair of goofy films, but the first one had its fourth wall breaks as well. Nowhere near as many as this one. So that's one thing. Deadpool's really the only one who can pull off a fourth wall break because you're aware of that from the beginning, that he knows he is not a real person.
That's one of his powers.
Yeah.
Straight
Whereas
up.
here, Kevin McAllister, he's involved in a story, but yet when he does it, it doesn't hit like it does with Deadpool because it's just one of those things, you know? It's just...
To be fair, there are times where something will happen and I will look off into the distance like I'm looking into the camera at the office, just like...
Yeah, that's something that I've seen people do.
Yeah.
They're just like...
Actually, it's more like...
It's like occasionally you
Parks
guys
and
will be
Rec.
doing something really dumb, and I'll just look at that camera like...
I'll just be like...
Mike has actually done that before.
Yeah, he does.
Whenever Quinn flipped out one time, and it was just like... It was just like all of a sudden Mike is just like staring over here, and then he looks at the camera and just goes. And I'm just like, yeah. I get that.
I love that Donald Trump shows up.
Million sins for just Donald Trump.
I think that was 1 billion, actually.
Roll that back. Let's see how many numbers we had there.
Forgot about it.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
damn it.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it was 1 billion.
So 1 billion. So 1,126,000,000 strictly because of Trump.
I mean, this one still outsinned the last one.
Oh yeah, even
without that.
Yeah, it would be
126 to 111.
Yeah.
Also, just there were no sins in either one of them about how these two dudes would be fucking dead 1 million times over.
Yeah.
So dead.
Yeah, they would be dead.
It's like,
no doubt about it.
I think, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think the iron was like the first one that was potentially deadly.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the first one.
Well, the slip and fall down the stairs.
I mean, that could kill anybody depending on how you land.
Yeah, but the iron to the face from that height is almost a guarantee.
Supposedly that would actually, like, shatter and break in your skull.
Well,
like,
especially if the point hit you. If the point of the iron hit you right there, ooh, buddy. You would have a massive hole in your forehead.
Yeah.
Just from that.
But, I mean, it hit him, like, flat, obviously, because it made the...
Tunk.
And obviously he had it plugged in with a really long extension cord, so it was hot, too, because it left the whole fucking red mark on his face. But, like, just getting hit, like, it hit him like that, and I think they said, like, that would basically, like, break in the front of your skull and kill you.
Yeah.
But then there was, like, something shortly after. I think the paint cans, they said, were definitely deadly.
Oh, the paint cans
if
would
you got headshot.
If it didn't kill you, it would definitely knock out your teeth.
Teeth would be lost. I've actually found, like, the article where the expert talks about it. Blowtorch, second or third degree burns. Paint cans, teeth will be lost, nose will be broken, and multiple fractures to the face, if not deadly. The brick, dead.
Yeah, the brick is definitely.
The brick's
I mean, there's a joke in a comic I read about that. It's just a guy sitting on a roof, and he just, like, picks up a brick and drops it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't show down below. He just talks to his buddy. He's like, I just killed a guy with a brick, and his buddy's just like, cool.
It's just like that Louis C.K. from Louis. The guy throws a thing of water out the window. He, like, throws one of those big water cooler things out the window, and it lands and hits a car. And Louis just looks down. He's just like, holy shit. And the guy is just like dying laughing. He's like, that's the third time I've done that.
If the brick hit you, like, in the shoulder, like, break your collarbone or something, but it wouldn't kill you. But, like, I mean, right to the forehead.
Right to the forehead,
that's
yeah.
Fucking dead.
That's a dead.
I have an actual breakdown of, like, every single prank. BB gun. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Bruising.
Bruising. Well, actually, like, could break the skin, but would not penetrate the skull. And Harry's nuts are fine.
Yeah, they would be fine. They'd just be hurt.
Unlikely to penetrate the scrotum, especially through fabric.
Yeah, would not penetrate the fabric.
Let's see.
Even a high air compression one.
If the iron would probably, let's see, the iron Serious impact with enough force to fracture the bones surrounding the eyes. This is also known as a blowout fracture and can lead to serious disfigurement and debilitating double vision if not repaired properly. Burning hot doorknob. If the doorknob is glowing visibly red in the dark, has been heated to about 751 Fahrenheit. 1 second of contact with 155 degree water is enough to cause third-degree burns.
He held on to it for like a good 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah. Assuming he didn't lose the hand completely, he would almost certainly have other serious complications, including high risk for infection and contracture, in which resulting scar tissue seriously limits the flexibility and movement of the hand. Kevin has moved from defending his house into sheer malice, in my opinion. This is a medical doctor's opinion. Blowtorch, we've discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, his skull bone would essentially be dying and likely require a transplant. Walking on ornaments seems pretty insignificant compared. Yeah. Paint can to the face. Enough to fracture multiple facial bones, probably knock you out cold. Wouldn't expect for them to walk away with all their teeth.
He did lose a tooth there.
Well, yeah, he did lose one of his gold too.
No.
Teeth.
This is amazing. The shovel to the back of the head.
Oh yeah.
The doctor's diagnosis. Seriously, at this point, Marv and Harry have both suffered potentially crippling hand and foot injuries. Harry has proven to be nearly impervious to burns, and both managed to retain consciousness after taking a flying paint can straight to the face. Suddenly, a frail elderly man appears and weakly slaps them in turn with a flimsy aluminum Home Depot snow shovel, and somehow this is too much for them and they collapse. This movie was way more believable when I was 8.
Yeah, agreed.
It's amazing. This is amazing.
Nick, you having problems?
Yeah, it's not fitting right. I was trying to fix it a little bit. I also just noticed that this one's pulling out too, so probably gonna end up having a short there at some point.
But, dear Jesus, like...
Indeed.
Yeah, like... Kevin is definitely Jigsaw.
I mean, obviously, if he didn't kill them in the first one, he seriously injured them, and they would be more like disabled in the second one.
They wouldn't be walking in the second one. Like
I mean,
they would still probably.
You didn't even cover like swinging into the side of a brick wall. Like,
nope.
I mean,
they didn't even touch that.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
I mean, I don't think that would kill you, but that would still. Another fucking concussion after you've already had at least 1 to 2 before that same night. Their facial structures
are intact in this.
Yeah.
Like, they were damaged so severely, you could get different actors and it would be fair.
Yeah.
Also, seeing this kid, it's amazing they didn't shoot him where he stood or go, I ain't fucking dealing with this again.
Yeah.
That could have gone either way, and it went neither of them.
Well,
Jesus, Kevin McAllister is
a psychopath,
a fucking monster.
Yeah. So we're actually going to have to end this one here. We got a lot more to do.
This is real dumb, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Yes.
But notice the New York newspaper and the back page.
Mm-hmm. The back page, yeah.
Well, it has to be blatant in some ways.
The Wet Bandits escape. Except in this one, they were called the Sticky Bandits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marv was like, "We're the Sticky Bandits now."
Very cute. Very cute. All right, so...
I'm sorry I don't contribute anything. Y'all are right.
Dear God.
Shut up, Kyra. No, actually do the opposite of that. Don't shut up. Say what you want. All right.
Daniel Stern. Man, that poor bastard.
You're telling me.
Yep.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. We hope you have enjoyed what you've seen here. This was Everything Wrong with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, by CinemaSins. Link to the original video, as always, is in the description down below. And if you want to see more from CinemaSins, check them out. They got a whole heaping ton of videos for you all to check out. And until next time, we'll see you then. I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
I'm Kyra. This is Peanut.
And
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you then. Peace out.